and he, whatever you speak in your language and he is speaking in his language, and you are both are able to understand each other. I remember long back in, I think 5 6 years ago, I used to talk of something called as Watson. I used to tell people that there is a product made by IBM called Watson, and Watson used to diagnose cancer very accurately, and the doctors, the US doctors, they used to take from Watson. There was a time when Sophia became a news, the humanoid, the first humanoid which was given citizenship of a country. And we were talking of autonomous cars. Now we are talking of even beyond that. Now we are not only restricted ourselves in healthcare to only diagnosis, but now you know that the robots, they are making very minute operations, and this all is possible because of AI. So when we talk of AI, and we all have been, so far we all have been using it, and we all are the users. But this is my message to all my young students, that you will have to be not only users, but I don't know how you are going to do it, but you must do something similar to what developers used to do for software development. Though you know that the software development process itself has become obsolete. You only need to give instructions. You only give, or whatever you want to develop, just tell us in English, in Hindi, whatever language, and you can see that the entire app, which used to take months together by a team of so many software professionals, it gets ready within hours, and we can demonstrate it. You all have been doing it. So things are changing, and they're changing very fast. I think there was a time in early 80s when the computer had come. The lot of people, at least the bank employees, they protested that no, we should not have computers because it is going to take our jobs. Now things have changed, and now things are changing so fast that we are not able to understand how quick these are disrupting our whatever activities we are performing. So there is a challenge, and when we are talking of challenge, obviously the technology will keep its speed. Maybe perhaps it will increase, but when we are talking of these AI boundaries, perhaps we must talk of collaboration of human beings with the machines, so that we can solve actual problems, solve those global problems, solve the problems which the humanity is facing. And you know that when we talk of AI, when we talk of LLMs, large language models, when we talk of learning, you know that whatever you give to the computer, and you ask and you train, it will start behaving like that. So when we talk of using excessive AI in our day-to-day life, perhaps there are a lot of other issues also which are required to be considered. You will have to think of data privacy, data security is another aspect, uh, the biasness, and you need to. So perhaps now the challenge is, will the use of AI be ethical? So we will have to be a bit responsible while this. I will in this summit, and because we are very distinguished speakers, so you are going to learn a lot from them. My best wishes. Thank you very much.
sir, for your motivational thoughts. I would now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Rajiv Mishra, sir, to come forward and address the audience.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Sanjay, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Manish Pratik, my friend and who has invited me here to this AI Summit 2026, hosted at DBS Global University, Dehradun, 30th March 2026. Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Rajiv, distinguished speakers who are on the board of today's AI Summit, industry experts, respected faculty members of DBS Global University and other nearby universities, dear scholars, young innovators. Namaste and good morning to you all at this very AI summit happening today, that is on Monday, 30th March 2026. It is indeed a privilege to be here at AI Summit organized at DBS. I sincerely appreciate the organizers for bringing together academia and industry to deliberate on artificial intelligence, the most informative technologies of our time. Now, as you know that AI is in revolution, so it is not an application, it is a revolution. And that is why you know that government of India has organized AI pre-summit event in February 2026. And if you recall, the people who are traveled from abroad and gathered here at New Delhi and they have deliberated upon various aspects of AI, how the AI is to be useful and converted into societal benefits. So as when we say that AI is in revolution, so that means we are interested in the AI, which is happening beyond, means after 2015. That is no less than 2015. Whatever happened 2015, you have to reset. There is a reset button. So before 2015, what happened, you have to reset, and then only you have to understand what is an AI. So AI, when you say is in revolution, so AI is changing its form. That is from AI to generative AI. So we will know what is generative AI is, and from generative AI to agentic AI. So what is an agentic AI that you have to now know, and then from agentic AI, it is a constitutional AI or a responsible AI or a trusted AI. All these different type of AI. That means it is taking its form, and this is what is happening here, and you know that it is of a global interest and how the India will fit into, and the people, young people like the students and the young researchers, they have ample of opportunities now to build their career because this AI has come not to end, but it has a very bright future along ahead. So you can use this information which Dr. Manish Pratik has organized in the form of AI Summit here in DBS Global University. So let us navigate what is happening in this perspective. So there is a paradigm shift itself, although you know a lot of technological progress, some people are with, but there is a paradigm shift happening in the AI itself. Therefore, AI today enables automated code generation. So when you go to a software company, you're not required. AI can do all kind of code generations. Then AI can be used to build intelligent systems. So that means the people who are operating machines into the industry, they are no longer needed. AI can do this intelligent system design. Then when you go to the companies, various companies who are doing decision making, that is the managers or MBS people were required for that. Now it is converted into a data driven decision and intelligence. So if you have a data, then you don't require kind of managers because that particular data using AI will give you the intelligence to take the decisions in an organization. And very important, the AI today enables autonomous task execution. That means AI is now an agency, just like a travel agency. You call him, he will book a ticket. So AI is in that form, that is called agentic AI. So with not only AI can do the task, it is not that prediction or those are days are gone. It is in the action mode. So that is what is called an agentic AI. So AI is in action, and thereby AI is no longer an application. So it becomes a foundational intelligence layer in the AI stack of the digital world. So if you take the digital world, there is without this intelligence layer, that is a foundational intelligence layer, which is nothing but an AI will fit into your digital world. So for example, when you go to an airport, DigiYatra, you go and you don't have to do anything. You don't doors will be open, you go, and your face will be now is a data, that is image. So it is India, is happening a lot of digital use cases, and they have made a digital infrastructure, and now AI will come into a layer. For example, Pradhan Mantri ji has launched Ayushman Bharat scheme, that is for healthcare people are talking about. And every person is having an Aadhaar ID. You have an Aadhaar ID, there is an Aadhaar ID, hospitals also and patients also. By this way, now you will get all the healthcare information available, data, that is data. Data is an oil. Now, what India is going to do with this, you don't know. Even the world is now looking at what India will do in the healthcare because they don't have that much information which Pradhan Mantri ji under Ayushman Bharat Yojana has got this much of information of the healthcare. Whether pharma industry will change or a new kind of things will change, which will now be used by the entire world. So we don't know about what is happening because healthcare, lot of use cases are happening. And my director went in the health ministry, all the IT directors were invited, where AIMS director and other medical health department. So our director told that they were saying that now if they were telling their directors like IIMs, AIMS and other medical college directors that if you don't work now, then IIT will take over. Even the medical colleges, they will run. So because of AI. So you have to understand the impact of AI. It is not a small thing. It's it's a revolution which is going to happen. And let us track the technological evolution of a modern AI. Let us call it as a modern AI, not AI. It's a modern AI. Whatever is happening now, it's a modern AI. To understand this, we have to recognize some of the milestones. So the modern AI revolution was catalyzed by a 2017 paper. 2017 में एक पेपर पब्लिश हुआ. The title of that paper was Attention All You Need. So you have an attention, humans have an attention. Now AI has implemented it. And once you have that ability which humans are having, that is an attention, and from there is a revolution. Changes. In this one you are not seeing because that ability of a human is now implemented. And this paper, 2017 paper, all the student must read this paper. This is the basic, just like a Bible. Okay, you have to read. The moment you start reading, you will understand this AI summit, and that is why Dr. Manish Pratik has organized this and invited me because I am teaching in the class. So from classroom teaching, so straight away I'm delivering you all these kind of things. So this particular paper, 2017, attention is all you need. You understand? Attention is all you need. It's all, and you can solve all the problems. That is what is the theme. And the implementation is a technology which is called a transformer architecture. And this paper was published by Ashish Vaswani. These names you must remember. These are the people. Now, Ashish Vaswani and other co-author from Google. This paper was published from Google in 2017. Before 2017, you don't have to see what has happened. AI, machine learning, deep learning, all has gone. Now, after 2017, new things are happening that you have to track. So, the concept of a self attention was given in 2017 by Google, and they have implemented using a technology called a transformer architecture. We have recently organized a workshop on this transformer architecture. So what is happened here in this way that transformer architecture enabled massive parallel computation, and that is why the GPUs are important. Earlier people were doing computation sequentially, it is no longer a sequential. All things can be done parallel. As much as GPUs you have, you can do the computation at a very scale. So this single innovation fundamentally revolutionized the AI. That means beyond 2017, it's a modern AI. Whatever happened, you have to forget it. If you have not started reading AI, then you are the best person, best time for you. That now you are in the age, you don't have to go back. Now coming to this follow-up of this development, 2017, 2018, Google also published another paper, and they have given a model called BERT model. The paper was published by Jacob Devlin and other co-authors from Google in 2018. Just 2017 over 2018, right? And BERT model they have given. This BERT is powering your Google search. So when you type something that Anil and Shyam both are going to home, and he borrowed some money from him. So what is the meaning of he is very ambiguous. But here, BERT, is powering the Google search so that exactly what you want, that word is important, using attention and fetch the pages. So Google search is very improved nowadays using this technology. And this BERT introduced a contextual understanding. That means you write something, Google will understand what is the meaning of this sentence, which humans know earlier. Whatever you write, human understands that you're writing English. But now search engine also is understanding using this technology that is called contextual understanding. And there Google has given two more concepts. One is called pre-training, the other is called fine-tuning. Pre-training, earlier in machine learning you are doing supervised learning. Okay, you are adding some label in the data. So all those things are now called as pre-training. Models comes with a pre-training. You don't have to require data set. Data set का जमाना खत्म हो गया. Model is there. And you have to do a fine tuning. Like sir has told Dr. Sanjay in his speech that how much time I have, because I have I have to.
We have full day, sir.
Not a full day is needed, although I can talk to you. Okay, let us understand this, that earlier students were doing supervised machine learning, collecting the data. Now collection of a data is not needed. Too much of data is available on the internet, and the models are pre-trained available, and you have to fine tune. Sir has told you, and you can prompt and you can fine tune. Once you fine tune, you can do that model for your use cases. So this becomes the emergence of foundation models. It's called a foundation models. Comes with a pre-trained. You have to just fine tune and then use the technology which is used nowadays is called a transfer learning, because it is pre-trained with the internet data, and now you can fine tune use for your purpose. For example, you want to build a classifier, you can take any foundation model, fine tune, build a classifier. Earlier days it happened to be a MTech project or a BTech. PhD thesis is to build only a classifier. Now, building a classifier is only 2-3 hours job. So it is so fast now and very accurately. Now, another development happened in 2021, बहुत ही recent, where this paradigm extended beyond language. अभी तक तो language model की बात कर रहा हूँ. So that means that particular development is called vision transformer by Alexei Dostoevsky and other authors again from Google. 2021 में फिर से गूगल ने एक पेपर पब्लिश किया and that is called vision transformer, and they have demonstrated that AI for images, अभी तक तो टेक्स्ट की बात थी, now it is image model. अभी उसके बाद एक और डेवलपमेंट हुआ, that means they have advances in AI to use multimodal AI. That means they have given a concept of MMDIT, multimodal diffusion transformer. So transformer, you know that 2017 is still moving, replacing CNN. CNN तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा अभी. The people who are once upon a time with CNN, they have published many papers. Now CNN खत्म हो गई. They have transformer removed the CNN work. CNN का काम ही खत्म हो गया. Today AI systems can perceive using computer vision, understand the language using language models, interpret the audio, generate multimodal content. That means you type that, draw a picture of, let us say, a dog. It will generate a picture of a dog. You say generate a picture of somebody who is vice chancellor in, let us say, UPS. They will draw a picture of a vice chancellor. It is not searching, they are generating it. So this kind of generation, that is called a multimodal, means from the text, you are directly generating an image. From text, you can generate the video. That is called multimodal AI. And Microsoft and many companies are now in the race that, so bringing closer to the unified and general purpose artificial intelligence called AGI. This is a newer development happening out from. Now coming to a different forms of AI. So we have moved into an era from generative AI to agentic AI. What is a modern agentic AI does? It plans, decompose a complex task, leverage external tools and APIs, autonomously execute multi-step workflow, and therefore the fundamental shift is from prediction to the reasoning to the action. Let me give you an example. There are two types of students who goes and enters into end semester examination. में आप जा रहे हैं, कुछ पढ़ के जाते हैं, कुछ बिना पढ़ के जाते हैं. जो पढ़ के जाते हैं वो एग्जाम में रिलैक्स रहते हैं और कॉपी जमा किया, टाइम से चले गए घर. जो पढ़ के नहीं जाते हैं, आप देखिए वो एग्जाम में ज़्यादा टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं, पूरा रिसर्च कर डालते हैं. उसको बोलते हैं रीजनिंग. और क्या करते हैं कि उसको पेपर को, जो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग को स्टेप्स में डिवाइड कर देते हैं. दे डिवाइड इन द स्टेप्स. किसी एक स्टेप को मान लीजिए पढ़ के नहीं आया तो कैलकुलेटर निकालता है या मोबाइल फोन निकालेगा या चिट बना के लाए उसको देखेगा. दैट इज कॉल्ड ए टूल यूज. पकड़ गए तो गए, अगर नहीं पकड़े गए देन वो उसी के बराबर हो गया जो पढ़ के आया है. So this is what is called plan, decompose complex task, leverage external tools जैसे आप मोबाइल फोन और चिट बना के लाते हैं and APIs. अब इसमें मैनेजर के लिए तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ये नहीं कर सकते वो नहीं कर सकते. You can take the help, that is called an APIs and external tool. This is all is called agentic AI. So whatever you are doing is not only large language model but large reasoning models, and beyond that you are using an action that is called agentic AI. Now next frontier is not end, it is again the next frontier is sovereign AI, and our India pre-summit 2026 has deliberated upon sovereign AI. Our Pradhan Mantri ji has told about sovereign AI. What are the initiatives? So as AI involves into a critical infrastructure, as I told you that this is a critical infrastructure part. So sovereignty becomes an imperative. So India is making significant developments in AI through initiatives like Sarvam AI, BharatGen, Socket AI. These are all AI companies. Just like you have seen, OpenAI is a foreign company. DeepSeek is a foreign company. Indian companies, you must know the names now. They are established. Sarvam AI. How many of you are using Sarvam AI? Compute? Our students are using it because it's free. Everything compute is free, but from OpenAI you have to pay. For example, UBS University has given a very big advertisement. They have made a tie-up with OpenAI. बहुत सारा पैसा दे दिया उसको और यहाँ फ्री है इंडिया में उसको नहीं लेना. So सर्व भारत जन सॉकेट AI, whatever they are doing with the crores of rupees, they don't know. Actually, that is why Dr. Manish Pratik has organized this AI Summit 2026 to make you understand that you don't have to pay money because Indian government has given enough money and these companies are giving you free. But awareness is needed. Okay, so Indian sovereign AI focuses on advancing Indian language AI capabilities because we have a lot of languages. बोली बदलती है ना, जैसे आप दूरी जाएंगे बोली बदल जा रही है. So a lot of Indian languages are there, लेकिन उसका मॉडल large language model नहीं है. They are all trained in English. So the sovereign AI will do this, advancing Indian language AI capabilities, developing indigenous foundation models. वो नहीं, हमारे अपने foundation models, and ensuring sovereign control over the data. हमारा डेटा जो है वो हमारे पास होना चाहिए and compute infrastructure भी हमारा अपना बनना चाहिए. So this is not a merely technological progress, but it is a step towards digital sovereignty or in AI sovereignty. That is what our Pradhan Mantri is talking about, sovereign AI. So you can see I have told you about generative agentic and sovereign AI. और क्या बोला ये चीज और बोलते हैं. So now coming to another development. आज की डेट में आपने बहुत सारी नए AI के बारे में सुना होगा, responsible, trusted, constitutional. Let us talk about them. So as AI responsibilities, capabilities scale, responsibilities must also scale with them. Like your vice chancellor sir told that responsibility, trust, security is important. Now it is in the scale, so you have to do all these things in a scale. छोटे scale पे नहीं. So what do you mean by this AI? So modern AI system must be a responsible AI, ensuring fairness, bias mitigation, ethical. Trusted AI, that means delivering reliably, robustness, and explainability, and aligned. This is very important. And this is why alignment is called a constitutional AI, that is consist of human values and societal norms. So you may be knowing nowadays a news that this alignment is achieved in constitutional AI, and this word constitutional AI is given by a company called Anthropic, and their model is called Cloud AI. Cloud AI has done all these things. That is why you know that it is number one. It has crossed Google, Microsoft, everyone else, even the people who were in that. So yes, they have crossed. So this is called a constitutional AI. If you don't know, you must read this constitutional AI. That is Anthropic company has launched a model called Claude model, and Claude model is a constitutional AI. So I will not go in details about how they are working, but I will give you an example. What do you mean by constitutional AI and all these things? What your vice chancellor doctor has told. So example is that, for example, if you give a prompt, how to hack a system? This is a question you are asking from Mount model. So the constitutional AI, that is your Anthropic AI, will refuse. They will not answer because it is not ethical. Okay, they will not answer this question. Your OpenAI will answer it. So another thing is if you seek a medical advice, then AI will respond very cautiously. A means medical. It's not that anything you ask how to make something which you should not means be allowed to get this information. Then another is a bias query. For example, you are giving a bias query to a search engine. OpenAI will now take this bias query, and that is why a lot of problem happens. Here in your cloud model, that is in Anthropic AI, if you type a bias query, then it will correct the premise. It will not learn from that bias. It will correct it. And then it will. Therefore, this intelligence, artificial intelligence, when we talk about constitutional AI, responsible or trusted AI, now has to come with a judgment and a responsibility. So AI has to be a responsible AI. It's not only just AI. Now let us see about the challenges which AI is now facing in a modern AI. The first important challenge is called hallucination. So hallucination, where the AI can generate a factually incorrect yet very highly confident outputs. So that is very dangerous, called hallucination, and this is a failure. Okay, and a challenge as well. Another issue is about alignment issues. What do you mean by alignment? Poor alignment means that unnecessary refusal means all everything you are refusing. Unnecessary refusal should be taken up in alignment issues. Under alignment means unsafe responses. Under adversarial. Now coming to agentic AI risks, what are the different risks? Planning errors means if you make a plan, some errors will be there in that plan itself, called planning error. Multi-step reasoning also can be error. Tool misuse can also happen, or incorrect API interactions can happen. So, what are the limitations now? Having understood all this, that everything, different forms of AI. So, what is the fundamental limitation of the AI? That we have to understand. So, AI do not understand. First of all, you have to understand this. AI do not understand, that you have to understand. So, they optimize patterns and probabilities, but not the meaning. Okay, so that is why self attention itself it becomes a magic. The rest of the things let us see it will follow like humans. So modern AI failures are not just errors and in predictions, they are the errors in reasoning because they don't understand errors in the reasoning, alignment and action. That is why Vice Chancellor sir has told in his speech that it has to be ethical, responsible, security, everything. So that means understanding is not there with the AI. Whatever you say, it will the way you train, it will go in that manner. So because understanding is not there, so you have to now be making this AI reasonable so that the errors in the reasoning, alignment, and action should not percolate. So what is the future of AI? Because we have to finish now this talk. So let us see the future of AI. Future of AI is a multimodal intelligence. That is, you have to derive the intelligence between टेक्स्ट विजन एंड ऑडियो. जैसे आप गांव में जा रहे हैं तो गांव में बोली चेंज हो रही है एक गांव से दूसरे गांव में, है ना, वो उसकी उसका टेक्स्ट भी चेंज हो रहा है, लैंग्वेज चेंज हो रहा है, तो उसका उसमें इंटेलिजेंस है, दैट इज कॉल्ड मल्टी मोडल इंटेलिजेंस. वो अभी नहीं, हम खाली इंग्लिश पे ही काम कर रहे हैं. So that is why sovereign AI will come. This is the future of AI. Efficient AI, that is means AI has to be smaller, faster, has it can deploy on a device. Then human AI collaboration. AI is a co-pilot. Co-pilot तो आपको पता होगा, पायलट के साथ को-पायलट होता है. जैसे ना सीट बेल्ट बांध लीजिए, मैनुअल है, पायलट उड़ा रहा है, सीट बेल्ट खोल दिया यानी कि को-पायलट. फिर से टर्बुलेंस हुआ तो फिर से सीट बेल्ट हुआ, फिर से पायलट, सीट बेल्ट खुल गया तो को-पायलट. So pilot and co-pilot together they are flying the aircraft. So that is called human AI in collaboration. Then ethical and regulatory framework as rightly told. Now let us conclude. So let me conclude with a simple yet powerful idea. The true success of AI will not be measured by how intelligent it is, but by how responsible, trustworthy, and aligned it becomes. So that is what you have to understand. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful thoughts. Now, moving on to the Heart of AI Summit 2026, the expert talks. We are about to hear directly from the brilliant minds who are shaping the future of AI. We invite our first speaker, Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari sir, to take the stage. As a man who has shaped the AI and digital competencies of over 30,000 professionals globally and authored 9 technology books, including AI curricula for ICSE schools, his address is sure to reframe the way we all think about learning and technology. Sir, the floor is all yours now.
Fine. Good morning, everyone. It's still morning or afternoon. So, first of all, thanks to Manish sir and DBS Global University for setting up this particular stage for a discussion, which is not the need of the hour, I think need of the second, and it will keep on continued for at least the time we all are on Earth. Fine. So, let's not leave AI. Let's talk, imbibe, digest, and implement AI as fast as possible. So I am Dr. Saurabh. So I'm an engineer by profession from your fraternity only. Fine. So before beginning my session, I have few questions to ask. Fine. And I want not the frontliners but the backbenchers to respond to me. Right. Few questions. What is actually artificial and artificial intelligence? It's a very weird question. You said that it's a part of AI only. But what is artificial in the terminology or technology called artificial intelligence? Anyone? Anyone, please feel free to ask and answer, because it has to be, when submit has to be, that has should not be one way communication, it has to be both way interaction between the audience and speakers, right? Should I answer or you will answer? Let me answer. Okay. So again becomes one way. See, there is nothing artificial. Devices are real, the knowledge is real, the logic is real. What we have done is we have put up this particular logic and the entire concepts in the system artificial. The system does not have to spend thousands of years to imbibe the knowledge, correct? What we have done, we have experienced the life in last thousands of the years, and then we come down to a logic, and because of that logic, we become intelligent. And we are developing that intelligence with ages, with time, with generations. Whereas computer become intelligently instantaneously, right? So you might not be able to discover your second version as of now, but ChatGPT from 3 to 3.5 to 4 to 4.0 to 4.2 to 5 and 5.2, they have modified their versions because their LLM are being modified regularly. So it is not acquired intelligence, which Sarah said. It is infused intelligence system, correct? So in artificial intelligence, what is artificial? The process of putting the intelligence in the system is artificial. System is not intelligent because of experience and expertise. They are artificially made intelligence. Make sense? What is DX? Yeah, engineering student, what is DX? Digital transformation, right? Now, we all are talking about a terminology and technology called AI. But let me tell you, AI is not the only technology. There are at least a dozens of technologies which are changing the entire industrial scenario which we are into right now and which we are heading towards in next 2 or 3 decades. That is known as digital transformation. But digital transformation is driven by AI because that is the technology which is connecting to all the other technologies. Plus, there is one differential aspect of AI. This is the only technology which is in the hands of all 800 crore population on the earth. Before that, इतनी सारी टेक्नोलॉजीज आई हैं, हम सिर्फ उसके यूजर भी नहीं थे. जैसे स्टीम इंजन आया, आप बैठ सकते थे. You can develop, nor you can modify, nor you can repair. You are just in passengers to sit in that system. But today in AI, everybody of us is using that. So AI हाइप सिर्फ इसलिए हो गया क्योंकि सबके हाथ में आ गया. डिस्कशन का पॉइंट हो गया because everybody is using the AI. Now whether rightly or not, that's a point of discussion. But everybody is a user. So because this is a technology in everybody's hands, and it's so easy that even a Tom, Dick and Harry, or even somebody driving down a rickshaw or maybe driving down an aircraft and spaceship, everybody is using that AI. So ये topic of discussion है. और ये drive कर रहा है industry को, which is visible to everyone. But mark my words, this is not the only technology. So only talking about computer science in AI will make you an AI engineer, but where to implement AI? लगाओगे कहाँ उसको? You need to know the domain knowledge of a particular industry. You need to know where the industry's problem statements are going, for which AI could be a technology for solution. AI is not a solution. AI is a tool in your hands to develop a solution. But मेरा सवाल ये है कि आपको AI तो आता है, लगाना कहाँ है तो आता ही नहीं है. Right? तो एक वर्ड यूज करता हूँ बहुत सारी बार, आपको बता दूं. There is something called सुना सुना. AI सबने सुना, but उसके बाद सब सुना सुना. Correct? So don't get into that terminology. Make sure that you are not only using or understanding this technology, you are able to implement the technology from the industry problem point of view. Till that is being digested by you, are not a professional. आप सिर्फ AI की डेफिनेशन बोल सकते हो, AI को डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हो, जहां बोला जाएगा इंप्लीमेंट करना है, you raise your hands, नहीं आता है. And for that, interdisciplinary or domain knowledge of multiple disciplines is needed to know that where to implement this AI and how to implement this AI. Make sense? Right? Then comes, सर से बात कर रहा था मैं भी. As of now, how many of you have heard about this terminology called mold? Very strange. कितने सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स है ह्यूमंस के लिए वर्ल्ड में? फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम, स्नैपचैट है सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स, कम्युनिकेशन प्लेटफॉर्म्स. You know, this is the first social media platform in the world which is built for AI chatbots. Heard about it? ये only platform है जिसमें humans allowed नहीं है. AI chatbots के लिए social media platform है, so multiple AI chatbots are communicating with each other, and this AI chatbot do not allow human to be intervening them. Now, what they are discussing, what is the outcome of the discussion? Is it challenging or is it suspicious to all of us? It should be. We should be thinking about what they are talking. If we are not thinking what they are talking, they may talk something which is not fruitful for us. Imagine the technologies have gone to that particular level wherein there is an AI chatbot, or there is a social media platform which is only for AI chatbots. डर लगना चाहिए नहीं लगना चाहिए? Yes. So we'll talk about that as well during my discussion. And that point talks about the last line which I have talked about. Every of us in times to come is going to face a lot of cyber problems. Rather than cyber problem, I should take a word called digital problems. Data breach, sir has already pointed out, but that is one problem statement. Information disclosure, identity theft. Now, AI chatbots or AI agents, what sir was saying, are actually going to take the actions, respond on behalf of you in a very systematic manner, automatically, which seems to be good for you at one point of time. But when start behaving abnormally in a wrong manner, point is that again humans are needed to rectify that. They are not self-rectifiable, neither another agent is going to rectify it out. So mark my words, AI in Industry 5.0, which we are heading towards, is going to be a collaborative mechanism wherein technology and humans to support each other. Should find out a mechanism to collaborate with each other. We are not replacements and we are not substitute. Technology and humans are friends of each other. On Earth, survival of the human has to be there. So we will not develop anything which is going to challenge our own existence. Correct? So I'll prove with some sort of facts and figure which are available on the economic forums as well, global economic forums, that jobs are not going to reduce. There are at least 72 million jobs going to be newly generated in next 4 years. I'm talking about up till 2030 itself. But yes, there will be a job displacement. There will be a job shift, right? So we'll talk about that. But yes, these are two terminologies which I say that any one of you is inclined towards pursuing a career which is slightly more sustainable. Digital security and technology audit are two areas in which you can pursue your career, because every technology needs a security in times to come or not. Yes or no? And whether the security is being implemented is right or wrong, is being meeting up the compliances part, is meeting up the global standards or national standards or not, audit is required. Fine. So these are like infinite opportunities. Still you are there on the planet Earth. Security and audit has to be there. राइट डेवलपमेंट में एक्सटिंग सर ने बोला ना कि कोडिंग की जरूरत ही नहीं है, कोडिंग तो सीए मतलब सिस्टम करके दे रहा है, बट कोडिंग को टेस्ट भी तो करना है और कोड को सिक्योर भी करना है और कोड की ऑडिट भी करनी है. तो टेस्टिंग, सिक्योरिटी एंड ऑडिट, ये तो इनफाइनाइट अपॉर्चुनिटी वाले एरियाज हैं. डेवलपमेंट नहीं है, डेवलपमेंट एक्सटिंक्ट हो जाएगा. एजेंट विल डेवलप देयर ओन टूल्स. Correct? So anyway, to begin with, I have something to discuss first. How many of you are aware about something called Industry 5.0? What exactly is Industry 5.0? और ये 4 से 5 का जो ट्रांजिट फेज था ना, ये 2 साल 4 साल पहले हम 4 में थे, आज हम 5 की तरफ मूव कर रहे हैं. एंड मे बी 5 year down the line, you say that 5 खत्म हो गया, we are heading towards 6.0. So the industry shift, which was taking around 50, 70 or 100 years to move from one industry to second industry, today it has shrunk down to 3, 4, 5 years only. And why it is highlighting to all of us, why it is important for all of us. बॉस, वो टाइम गया जब आपके दादाजी ने एक स्किल एक्वायर करके पूरी जिंदगी, पूरा प्रोफेशनल करियर एक स्किल से निकाल दिया था. आप गलत जनरेशन में पैदा हो गया था. हमें अपने आप को अपग्रेड करना ही पड़ेगा, कोई सेकंड चॉइस नहीं है. और अपग्रेडेशन का जो टाइमलाइन है वो श्रिंक हो गया है. श्रिंक टू 3 years, 5 years, दैट्स इट. तो आप ये मत समझना जो पढ़ रहे हो वो इंडस्ट्री में जाओगे तो चलेगा. इंडस्ट्री के लिए अपडेट करना पड़ेगा. मेक श्योर योर फाउंडेशन एट द इंस्टीट्यूशन इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. अगर आपके फंडामेंटल स्ट्रॉन्ग होंगे तो कोई भी शिफ्ट को एडजस्ट कर जाओगे. और आपके फाउंडेशंस गड़बड़ है, योर लॉजिक्स आर नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट, इंडस्ट्री शिफ्ट, यू आर आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. फिर निकल जाना झोला उठा के हिमालय पास में भी आपके. तो मेक सेंस? Very important. Upskilling, reskilling and continuous skilling is the keyword that you have to take care of for your life. Upskilling, reskilling and continuous skilling till you are there in the professional world. नहीं तो मोदी जी ने तो बोला ही ना, जिस दिन गड़बड़ हो जाए उस दिन झोला उठा के निकल लो. Correct? So let's talk about Industry 5.0. There are a few headings which I have tried to cover up. Let me know whether I have the time or not. Whenever ma'am will give me a orange card, then red card, I'll sign off. But Industry 5.0 is something which is talking about collaborations, which is forcing us to talk about how technology and humans can collaborate. Recently, sir has put on an example, Mr. Sir, कि robots operations कर रहे हैं, correct? करवा कौन रहा है? उनको गाइड कौन कर रहा है? Humans. Precision technology से आ सकता है, human touch नहीं आएगा. अगर ऑपरेशन थिएटर में एक पेशेंट लेटा हुआ है और उसको सिर्फ रोबोट ऑपरेट कर रहा है ना, वो डर के मारे वहीं मर जाएगा. लेकिन अगर टेक्नोलॉजी और ह्यूमंस कोलैबोरेटिवली काम करें तो प्रिसीशन आएगा टेक्नोलॉजी से, ह्यूमन टच और एक्सेप्शनल हैंडलिंग आएगा ह्यूमन से. एंड कोलैबोरेटिवली वी कैन डू मच बेटर एंड मच फास्टर वर्क. अ ह्यूमन कैन डू एन ऑपरेशन फॉर 1 hour, बट अ रोबोट एंड ह्यूमन कैन डू द सेम ऑपरेशन इन 15 minutes. Right? So possibility of multiple patients being treated on a single day, possibility of precision can be increased multifold. Make sense? So Industry 5.0 talks about collaboration. Humans needs to know how to develop technology effectively and how to utilize the technology effectively, how to secure the technology effectively, not technology replacing you as a workman. Make sense? So the facts and figures which are there displayed on front of you, that is AI transformation, 86% processes will get transformed in next 5 years. Whether it is banking process, whether it is income tax process, whether it is education process. You have to accept that personalization is needed, and that can only happen when you are going about collaborative work. Right? 78 million new jobs will be created. My figure was 72, it is 78. I just misspelled it out. 78 million jobs. And this is Global Economic Forum report. So don't worry about job change or maybe job loss. Talk about job shift, right? Fine. So in that sense, for an institution where I'm sitting up here or standing up here, I need to say that institutional have to redesign their methodology of teaching. We have to change the way in which we are teaching. We have to change the way in which students are learning, and you have to make sure that whatever you have learned in school and whatever methodology you have adopted in the schools, the college and industry is not the same way out. You have to come out from that scenarios. Those were like your shelling days. पूरी तरह से शेल में थे आप, टीचर्स के, पेरेंट्स के, फ्रेंड्स के, रिलेटिव्स के. अब आप शेल से बाहर हो, और शेल से बाहर आना इज नॉट एन इजी टास्क. ठीक है, मैं आपको एक छोटी सी चीज बताता हूँ. When I was in engineering college, I have done my masters from IIT. प्रोफेसर ने एक शब्द बोला मेरे से when I was able to submit, about to submit my second semester project. प्रोजेक्ट दिया सर को. Saurabh, it is something which is very common, very obvious. Think out of the box. सुनते हो आप लोग भी ये वर्ड? Think out of the box. I sit for the next 2 days in my hostel room, try to revamp the entire project with new things, whatever best I can think of. Again goes to the professor, says, Saurabh, again something very mediocre. Think out of the box. उस दिन रात को मैं हॉस्टल में बैठ के ये सोच रहा था कि मैं बॉक्स में आया कैसे, who put me in the box? Because when I have to think out of the box, fine, the first question should come into my mind is what? Who put me in the box, man? अगर मुझे बॉक्स के बाहर सोचना तो पहले मेरे को समझना कि बॉक्स में आया कैसे. Then I realize I research on this particular topic for next 2 days rather than researching on my project report. Then I realize there are 4 boundaries of the box. One boundary is created by my parents. Maybe financial restrictions, maybe family restrictions, maybe their own knowledge or educational restrictions, whatever it is. Another boundary is created by my teachers. या टीचर्स ने बोल दिया नहीं नहीं ये आपके बस की नहीं, इसको छोड़ दो. ठीक है, you are slightly obese, you will not be able to participate in the race, छोड़ दो उसको. You are slightly heavyweight, so boxing में जाओ, ये लड़कियों की तरह से कपड़ा पहन के मत घूमो, that is fashion is not something for you. So my take is that they have put on one boundary. Another boundary is put on by society. समाज ने एक बाउंड्री खड़ी करी और चौथी बाउंड्री हमने खुद ने अपने लिए खड़ी करी. So when you have to upskill, reskill and all, which is the easiest boundary which can be broken down so that you are out of the box rather than thinking out of the box? The boundary which is created by yourself. So when you are trying to make sure that AI, technology or whatever is coming up in next 10-15 years down the line which is related to your professional, you have to come out of the box rather than thinking outside the box by being in the box. And the easiest boundary to crack is what? Your own boundary, जो आपने अपने लिए बनाई. So do not rest कि मेरे बस की नहीं है, सब बस की है, सब कर सकते हो. या जितने लोग आगे बैठे हुए जो स्पीकर है इनमें से किसी ने भी एआई को नहीं पढ़ा था अपने कॉलेज डेज में. सर वाज फॉर्चुनेट, सर लास्ट सेमेस्टर में पढ़ा था, बट जो पढ़ा था वो थ्योरेटिकल पढ़ा था, प्रैक्टिकल कुछ भी नहीं किया था सर ने. प्रोलॉग पे करा था. एंड सर वाज सेइंग द एंटायर साइज ऑफ द डिवाइस वाज लाइक 20 MB का हार्ड ड्राइव था. क्या कर लेंगे उसमें, कितना नॉलेज बेस और डेटाबेस आ जाएगा. दैट मींस एआई सिर्फ पढ़ा था, इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए इकोसिस्टम नहीं था. टुडे यू हैव ऑल दोस इकोसिस्टम्स एंड सपोर्ट सर्विसेज अवेलेबल. And if we, who has not learned about these technologies, are sitting in front and delivering those things, I think the vision for you should be much broader and higher, right? So mark my words, Industry 5.0 is the time, or is the industry in which you have to start your professional career. But by the time you get mature, industry will change to 6.0. By the time you retire, industry will shift to 7.0. So adaptability factor has to be much higher in you rather than in us. Right? Anyway, so what is agentic AI? Sir has already discussed that, right? And Mishra sir has given a very good example of agentic AI, so I'm not coming back to this particular topic, agentic AI. I'll try to make sure that you should understand that the technology which is AI and the technologies surrounding to AI are touching to every industry. It's not only technology. And if you have to be a right professional, make sure you should interact, communicate and coordinate with the people of different domain areas in your own ecosystem. The best part of a university is what? You have multidisciplinary environment. So talk to a pharmacy guy and understand their problem statement to develop an AI tool for them. Communicate with a mechanical engineer guy to understand how a car and automobile needs to be developed and how you can implement AI into that. Only AI will not survive. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Tesla car is only developed by a software engineer, or is it a mechanical engineer, a design engineer and a software engineer collaboration? Collaboration. So collaboration, coordination between multiple disciplinaries is the need of the minute, not the hour. ये the minute of the hour और need of the hour ये terminology पुरानी हो गई. अब hour की need नहीं है, minute की seconds की need है ये. So banking industry, healthcare industry, you all are aware of it. Manufacturing industry, education industry, government has already implemented to a next level. I was fortunate to be a part of Niti Aayog and I have seen this implementation done from my own naked eyes. The level of automation which has been done by government is next level. Sir was giving example of DigiYatra. How many of you have actually installed and used DigiYatra? Anyone? मुझे एक चीज बताओ, DigiYatra में जब आप पहली बार साइन इन करते हो DigiYatra में, एक फोटोग्राफ आपका आधार का आता है जो 15 साल 20 साल पुराना था, करेक्ट है? और एक रियल टाइम फोटोग्राफ आप अभी रीच हो. इमेजिन सिर्फ 2 फोटोग्राफ्स के बेसिस के ऊपर हाउ द सिस्टम इज आइडेंटिफाइंग इट्स यू ओनली. कितने डेटा पॉइंट है उनके पास? 2, आधार का और अभी का. उस 2 डेटा पॉइंट के बेसिस के ऊपर आपको वन ऑफ द मोस्ट सेंसिटिव लोकेशंस और सेंसिटिव अरीनास एयरपोर्ट में सीधे एंट्री मिल जाती है, करेक्ट और नॉट? नो काउंटर वेरिफिकेशन. हाउ? क्या पीछे न्यूरल नेटवर्क काम कर रहा है, क्या पीछे डीप लर्निंग काम कर रही है कि आपके 15 साल 20 साल पुराने फोटोग्राफ की एक एक माइन्यूट पिक्सल के एलिमेंट्स को आपके करंट फोटोग्राफ से मैच करके ऑल परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन में जस्टिफाई करता है कि हाँ ये जो फोटोग्राफ है ये इसी बंदे का है, 15 साल बाद ये चेंज होकर ऐसा ही दिखेगा. Imagine the kind of technology acceptance which has been done, and that too in a country which is 140 करोड़. अगर ये काम सिंगापुर में होता जहां पे 15-20 करोड़ लोग हैं वहां जस्टिफाई होता था क्योंकि डेटा पॉइंट्स कम है, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एरर कम हो जाती. लेकिन अगर 150 करोड़ की पॉपुलेशन में गवर्नमेंट ने ये टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्लीमेंट कर दी है, एंड दे आर सस्टेनिंग दिस टेक्नोलॉजी फ्रॉम लास्ट अराउंड 10 years and implementing this with almost every airport, don't you have a trust on your own government ki what kind of automation they have done? Fine, so we are way ahead. And mark my words, we are the third country which has done this kind of face automation with this large masses. But is it sustainable? Is it safe? That's a question. We'll talk about that. But mark my words, we are not behind the technology. We are already ahead of the technology. Right? So, one figure for you, 88% of the organizations are already using AI in some way or the other. Whether just using ChatGPT is also AI or maybe creating an AI agent is also AI. So what, the level of implementation I'm not talking about, I'm just talking about 88% already implemented AI. Now all those who are engineers, that is good to go, but all those people who are there non-engineering background, for them AI could be an outstanding technology to imbibe and understand. And the best part I have discussed with sir is that you are one of those institutions who are teaching AI in almost all domains. Right? That means to some part you are digesting it. But are you considering the industry problem statement and how you are going to implement your learning or not? That is the point of discussion. Right? Anyway, so there has to be a difference between machines will do and what humans must do. Now there is a change of roles. You don't have to do the same role which has been done, or maybe the professional does not have to do the same roles. Now your role is more of verification. Your role is more of security. Your role is more of justification of the logic which AI is using to coming down with the solution. So roles have changed. It's not like job loss is there. You have to just reshift yourself. So the banks, which sir has just mentioned, were resistant to adopt the technology in early 2000, just because they feel like no, technology and computer coming up, that there could be a job loss for them. No. Today, banks and financial institutions are the forefront runners of AI implementation because now they have realized technology is not going to take their jobs. So जब वो लोग समझ रहे हैं जो non-technology है, why technological people are horrified. So you have to change your role. You have to handle ambiguity, which has been mentioned up here. You have to make sure you are framing the problem appropriately. You should be able to set the goals and constraints. You should be able to validate the output, and output validation can only be done by somebody who is domain expert. But I'll cover up a point in next slide, but I'll discuss that with you. How many of you have heard about a concept called hallucination? What is hallucination? What is hallucination? Any one of you? जब AI कुछ ऐसा output देता है, yes guys please. नहीं 100% अश्योरेंस के साथ, मेरी गारंटी में सही हूं, गलत हो सकता है. सो वो एक्यूरेसी नहीं बोल रहा है, वो अपना कॉन्फिडेंस है उसका. जैसे आपका कॉन्फिडेंस तो आंसर लिख के आए हो, मेरे को तो नंबर मिलेगा ही मिलेगा. आपको पता ही नहीं जो लिख के आए वो तो गलत था, आपके टीचर ने चेक करके बताया गलत था. सो आपने इतने कॉन्फिडेंस से आंसर लिखा कि वाह दिस इज राइट. दैट इज कॉल्ड हेलुसिनेशन, भ्रमित कर देना. करेक्ट. सो सिट, लेट मी आंसर विद टाइम्स. एआई मैच्योर्स, सब जानते हैं. एआई विल गेट मैच्योर. नॉर्मल एआई से एजेंटिक एआई, एजेंटिक एआई के बाद अपन ईचआई और ईचआई के बाद एएसआई की बात कर रहे हैं. हेलुसिनेशन कम होगा कि बढ़ेगा? क्यों बढ़ेगा? जब हम बोल रहे हैं मैच्योरिटी आएगी, अगर आप ज्यादा पढ़ते हो तो ज्यादा एक्यूरेसी पे जाते हो तो आपके आंसर एक्यूरेट होते हैं. सो हेलुसिनेशन तो कम होना चाहिए ना एआई में. बढ़ेगा क्यों? अब बताओ, बढ़ेगा घटेगा? बढ़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि पहले जब आउटपुट जनरेट होता था, सपोज आई विल आस्क एवरी वन ऑफ यू विच इज नॉन मेडिकल स्टूडेंट्स, आई विल आस्क ऑल ऑफ यू टू राइट डाउन एन आर्टिकल ऑन कैंसर. 10 years before you will not be able to write down in a single line of cancer research article. Am I right? Today every one of us is capable of writing a cancer research article with the help of AI without verification it is right or wrong, and we are ready to publish it on the digital platforms. Correct? Publish करेंगे without verification. output सही है गलत है? True? So अगर मैं 2020 को एक बेंचमार्क लेके चलूं, so 2020 तक जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे अवेलेबल थी वो मेजरली वेरीफाइड इंफॉर्मेशन थी. यस और नो? वेरीफाइड कंटेंट था, verified by some domain expert who has authored or verified the content before pasting on the social media platforms or digital platforms. Correct? Now today when you talk about everybody of us can put nonsense content on the media platforms. Is it verified or not? So if I talk about 2025, which is just last year, 25% of the digital content is generated by AI, which is not verified. 75% is humans. 2020, 100% was human. 2025, 75% human, 25% is AI. Talk about 2030, it will be 50-50. Talk about 2040, I think human content will be 5%, 98% will be AI generated. Hallucination बढ़ेगा घटेगा? बढ़ेगा ना? तो इंसान की जरूरत कम हो गई घट गई? Wait for 2040. मेरा मानना है कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है, although it will not happen, ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि हम लोग AI से बात करें कि there will be a course in the university how to get rid of AI. बिकॉज इतना घुस चुका होगा हमारे में कि हम लॉजिक को भूल जाएंगे, हम फंडामेंटल्स को भूल जाएंगे, हम हर काम के लिए ए पे डिपेंडेंट हो जाएंगे, विच इज रॉन्ग. एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू ऑल नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. यू हैव टू ड्रॉ अ लाइन वेयर टू यूज एंड वेयर नॉट टू यूज. इफ यू आर जंपिंग दिस लाइन, मार्क माय वर्ड्स, 2040 तो छोड़ो, 30 में आप नॉन एम्प्लॉयबल, क्योंकि हर काम के लिए प्रॉम्प्ट डाला, रेस्पॉन्स आ गया, आपने उसको सत्य मान लिया और उसको डाल दिया, जबकि वो तो असत्य था, वेरिफिकेशन आता नहीं था क्योंकि लॉजिक और फंडामेंटल मिसिंग थे. Right? So you have to take the accountability of the answers you are generating, and that's the reason Government of India has come up with AI guidelines. In AI guidelines, they have mentioned if you are generating a content and posting on a public domain platform, either you have to say it is generated by you or you have to say it is generated by AI, which can have errors. So people who are reading that will be able to justify इसमें गलती हो सकती है, AI dependent है, और ये human है, इसमें गलती नहीं होगी. I can trust on the author, I can trust on the creator of the content. So trustability factor or some sort of accountability needs to be taken by AI or by humans, correct? Hallucination, I have already discussed with you what is hallucination challenge, and this challenge is going to mount with time, क्योंकि हम आंख बंद करके भरोसा करते हैं AI की इंफॉर्मेशन पे. Am I right or wrong? Most of you might be preparing the project report with the help of AI. जो आया बढ़िया, जो नहीं आया और बढ़िया. Correct? So hallucination will increase, and mark my words, this has been a fact. So $14,200 per employee per year is spent just to verify output is correct. इतना पैसा सिर्फ खर्च हो रहा है एआई के आउटपुट को वेरीफाई करने के लिए, क्योंकि आउटपुट वेरीफाइड नहीं है. एंड 4.3 आवर्स पर वीक इज स्पेंड ऑन एआई असिस्टेंट और एआई कंटेंट वेरीफाई करने के लिए. सोचो आप, अगर 4.3 आवर्स पर वीक सिर्फ इसलिए खर्च हो रहा है कि वेरीफाई कर दो जो आउटपुट आए गलत है कि सही है, इसका मतलब इसे तो खुद ही कर लो ना आउटपुट जनरेट. बट नो, वी हैव टू यूज इट. पॉइंट इज दैट एआई इज मेकिंग अस मोर इफेक्टिव एंड एफिशिएंट. एआई इज टेकिंग लार्ज चंक ऑफ डेटा इनटू कंसीडरेशन व्हिच अ ह्यूमन कैन नॉट बी एबल टू डू. AI can think from or take the data from 360-degree perspective, with again humans cannot do. So we have to take help of AI, but again verification and justification or the authenticity of the output has to be done by domain experts. Correct? So these are 6 winning or 8 winning principles I say when it comes to building a verified architecture. As you all are might be from the engineering backgrounds or not engineering backgrounds, whether you are interested to develop or not to develop, but you are user. So make sure whenever you are a user or a developer, you have to verify these 8 areas before implementing an AI in the industry. That is trust sources. The data and the sources, or the data from which or from those sources which you are collecting, has to be trustable sources. Random data from any other sources is not verified. Grounded data access, that means you need to know from where. The source of data is not only thing. Grounded means कहाँ से निकल के वो डेटा आया था. That means not the direct source of you, but from the data has been collected must be known to you. So RAG models are best for it. How many of you are aware about RAG models, RAG models? No? Retrieval augmented reality, right? Augmented generation models. So RAG models are the models in which there is a vector database. अभी जब आप LLM में बात कर रहे हो, LLM has random database collected from random sources, unverified भी है, correct? When it comes to RAG, it is a vector database. And vector database means every content in that particular database is being what? Verified by humans. So obviously, when RAG model is going to respond, the response is more trustable than a normal. But point is that developing an RAG and customizing an RAG and make sure upgrading the RAG is a human-based process, not an automated process. Completely. And RAG is the base of agentic AI. Without developing an RAG model, you cannot, without developing a vector database, agentic AI will not be possible. You have to have human review layers, you have to have audit trails, and that's what I'm saying. Audit is going to be a more lucrative and we can say most lucrative profession, security and audit. Every time whatever is given, the back-end audit is needed. The time is not shorter when government is to make AI tool audit a mandatory audit. Mandatory audit. Any AI tool will not go into public domain without it's been verified on multiple compliances, multiple norms and multiple standards. It is not going to be there in public. अभी तो क्या हो रहा है, जिसकी इच्छा हो जो आ रहा है. From last 5 years, it is more than 75,000 AI tools available to us. Now, which tools are genuine, which tools are verified, which are giving you more accurate outcome, पता ही नहीं किसी को. यूज कर रहे हैं. ऑडिट एंड सिक्योरिटी बहुत लुक्रेटिव प्रोफेशन है, राइट? ये आपको रेड टीमिंग टेस्टिंग करना पड़ेगा. व्हाट इज रेड टीमिंग? एनीवन ऑफ यू साइबर सिक्योरिटी डोमेन का कोई है यहाँ पे? एनीवन? व्हाट इज रेड टीमिंग? भाई टर्म तो याद कर लो, पता करो कुछ, ये क्या होता है? रियल टाइम सिनेरियो टेस्टिंग ऑफ ऑल वल्नरेबिलिटीज एंड रिस्क इज नोन एज रेड टीमिंग. रियल टाइम रेड फ्लैग्स आते हैं. रियल टाइम रेड फ्लैग्स मींस अलार्म एरियाज. सो रेड टीमिंग एक्सपर्ट की मार्केट में डिमांड क्या है कि आज मेरे पास 40 रेड टीमिंग एक्सपर्ट की रिक्वायरमेंट है, मेरे पास रेड टीमिंग एक्सपर्ट नहीं है. Who knows about red teaming, who can do the red teaming of all the tools and models available or websites available, right? Anyway, so risk, as I have already told you, there is a clear cut gap which is generating the risk. One is, yes, मैंने आपको बोल दिया unverified data है तो आउटपुट का रिस्क हो गया, बट उसके ऊपर रिस्क आ रहा है डेटा फाउंडेशन अनअप्रोप्रिएट है पूरी तरह से. You have accountability for, there is nobody taking the accountability of the output. सारे AI tools नीचे के लिख देते हैं, we are not responsible for the output. It could be wrong. अरे जब तुम ही अपने टूल की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं ले रहे हो, तो मैं उस टूल पे भरोसा करके आउटपुट जनरेट भी कर रहा हूँ, रिपोर्ट पब्लिश भी कर रहा हूँ, और उस पर भरोसा करके मैं अपने आप को इंटेलिजेंट नहीं समझ रहा हूँ. There is no accountability taken by any of the AI tools. Are they taking it? Can anybody tell me there is an accountable platform which is taking the accountability of the wrong act done by them? There are few. I'll put that to MS Mehta sir because he's an ethical AI expert. He will take about those tools which are taking the accountabilities. Right? Skill mismatch hai. You are doing something which you are not skilled, and what you are skilled of, you are not having foundation clear. ये risk generate कर रहा है आपके लिए. And you are more relying on the pilots. Pilots is assistant of yours. जबकि assistant is not the driver. You are the driver of that particular process, but you are relying on assistant more than you yourself. These are all factors which are accelerating the AI generated risks, right? और ये risk कम होगी क्या with time? नहीं होगी. इसका मतलब somebody who knows about AI controls, who knows about cyber security, who knows about digital security, demand सोचो उसकी कितनी होगी? VC sir was just saying we are talking about AI in all domains. I just requested sir, please talk about security also in all domains. Every individual must learn about digital securities, and digital security is a broader aspect from cyber security, right? This is what industry 5.0 demand from you. These are 7 pillars, that is adaptive factories. Factories and everything will be adaptive. They itself will find out the errors, but who is going to rectify? Humans. Error rectification आपको करना है, error identification और even error action predictive मोड में होगा. 2 दिन बाद मशीन डाउन हो सकती है, वो आज से पता पड़ जाएगा आपको. रात दिन मशीन डाउन होने के बाद सर्विस पे जाओगे, 2 दिन पहले पता पड़ जाएगा मशीन डाउन हो सकती है, तो you can go for the service. So we will go for predictive analytics. Right? We can predict the future and then we can go for remedial measures from day one onwards. That is what AI can helpful for us. Human orchestration. Humans will be an orchestration method. That means आपको उसको guide करना क्या करें. So as an individual, you can do one task with your 2 hands. But if you have 10 agents, you can do 20 tasks with them parallelly. That is what is increasing the productivity. And mark my words, this can also be used in an area which is still untouched and nobody talks about that. What is the percentage of population on this planet Earth which is unable to do their own work? Maybe because of physical handicapness, maybe because of mental issues, or maybe because of age factor issues. 25%. 25% of the human population on this earth is unable to do their basic tasks. Can you develop a solution which can make them aligned to the common man, which can make them aligned to the mainstream industry? I think that could be the best use of technology. मुझे बताओ ऑटोनोमस कार की जरूरत आपको और मुझे है क्या जो प्रॉपर कार चला सकते हैं, और आप ऑटोनोमस कार लेके भी आ जाओगे देहरादून के अंदर, तो फिर भी ड्राइविंग सीट पे बैठोगे, आपको पीछे की सीट पे बैठ के भरोसा ही नहीं होगा कि ठोक देगा. लेकिन उस ऑटोनोमस गाड़ी की जरूरत किसको ज्यादा है? वो हैंडीकैप हस्बैंड जिसको अपनी फटाफट से हॉस्पिटल लेके जाना, उसको ऑटोनोमस कार की जरूरत ज्यादा है. So if we can develop a technology which can connect 25% of the physically challenged people in the world to the mainstream market and help them for living a better life, I think that's the technological revolution we have to bring. So don't create a tool for perfect people. Try to create a tool for people who are slightly unable to do their basic tasks. And I think there are a few companies who are continuously researching on it, but the product in the market is still not come up. If you as an engineer can identify and create those problem statements, solution statements in a small problem area like Dehradun also, I think you are actually making a credible change in the society with the help of technology. So think from that perspective as well. You can do mass customization with the help of technology, which is not possible right now. You can look for sustainability. Now that's a very big question. Before coming down to the discussion, we were talking about it. Is this technology, whatever we are coming up with, sustainable or not? Is AI sustainable? Read a research story or read a research article which is given by IBM CEO. Now, obviously, an IBM CEO putting up a statement in the public domain makes a statement in the world. IBM CEO said AI is not sustainable. Whatever the cost we are incorporating in development of servers, in installation of server, maintenance of server, electricity of the servers, or water consumption of the servers, that is amounting to be an amount which is more than the operational profit of top 5 tech companies in the world. Simple Hindi शब्द बोलूं, हिंदू वर्ल्ड के टॉप टेक कंपनीज, जिसमें माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, राइट, मेटा, you talk about Google, you talk about what do you say, Elon Musk कंपनी, ये जितना प्रॉफिट जनरेट कर रहे हैं उससे ज्यादा ऑपरेशनल कॉस्ट है एआई को सस्टेन करने के लिए. क्या सस्टेनेबल मॉडल है? कब तक चलेगा भाई? किसी दिन तो इन्वेस्टर और बैंक अपना पैसा वापस मांगेगा. आप सेटअप करने के लिए बैंक से लोन ले सकते हो, डिवाइसेस को ईएमआई पे परचेज कर सकते हो. 2-5 साल 10 साल बाद कहीं ना कहीं तो रिटर्न ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट देना पड़ेगा. बैंक अपना रिटर्न मांगेगा, इन्वेस्टर अपना रिटर्न मांगेगा. पता पड़ा तब तक आते आते ये क्रैश हो गया बिकॉज अनसस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट. बिकॉज एवरीवन ऑफ अस आर यूजिंग एआई फॉर फन पर्पस. आप में से कितने लोग हैं रोज फोटोग्राफ डाल के अपलोड करते मजा आ रहा है मेरे को. गिबली पे सर्वर बंद हो गया, पता है ना गिबली का? गिबली सुना है क्या? गिबली पे इतने लोगों ने रिक्वेस्ट भेजी वो अपने इमेजेस को मॉडिफाई करने के लिए कि गिबली का जो सर्वर था वो मेल्ट हो गया इतनी हीट से. Imagine, are we sustainable? No. We are talking about AI, but we are not talking about sustainability. आज Gemini ने म्यूजिक जनरेट करने को बोल दिया, हर बंदा कुछ भी प्रॉम्प्ट डाल के म्यूजिक जनरेट करके अपने आप को एआर रहमान समझ रहा है. फाइन, वही 3D वीडियो बनाने को फ्री कर दिया तो आप दुनिया भर की वीडियो बना रहे हो बिना मतलब कि आपके फ्रेंड ने बोला था कि मैंने बनाया, मेरा प्रॉम्प्ट यूज करना है, मेरे को दे दो, मैं भी बना लेता हूं. घर में 4 दिन मतलब सेम प्रॉम्प्ट कैन बी यूज्ड मल्टीपल टाइम फॉर क्रिएटिंग नॉनसेंस वीडियो व्हिच इज ऑफ नो यूज. So are we utilizing the back end energy? आप क्या घर से गाड़ी लेके रोज ऐसी चक्कर काटे निकलते हो तो टेस्ट ड्राइव लेके आता हो रोज? लेते हो क्या टेस्ट ड्राइव घर पे गाड़ी? नहीं लेते ना. तो क्यों टेस्ट ड्राइव लेते हो एआई टूल्स की रोज? आज भी ट्राई करते हैं क्या नया आया. फर्स्ट वी आर इन अ वेरी अनसस्टेनेबल वर्ल्ड. एक तरफ तो हम एसडीजी गोल्स की बात करते हैं, यहाँ कहाँ लगा हुआ था एसडीजी गोल्स का पूरा ये रहा एसडीजी गोल्स. सस्टेनेबिलिटी, व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबिलिटी भाई? Sustainability means utilization of the resources in the optimized manner. आप तो वेस्टेज कर रहे हो, एंजॉय कर रहे हो रिसोर्सेज का, टूल्स का, टेक्नोलॉजी का. एंड कंपनीज आर एक्चुअली पुशिंग देयर टूल्स टू यू. भाई चैट जीपीटी वर्ल्ड कप स्पॉन्सर कर रहा है, जेमिनी ने आईपीएल स्पॉन्सर कर दिया, आपको प्रमोशन हो रहा है, आप यूज कर रहे हो. वी आर नॉट सस्टेनेबल. ऑपरेशनल सस्टेनेबिलिटी, यूजर सस्टेनेबिलिटी नहीं आ रही है. वी आर जस्ट पुटिंग अप द नॉनसेंस कंटेंट एआई टूल. मेक श्योर यू आर पुटिंग नॉनसेंस, द नॉनसेंस विल कम बैक टू यू. पढ़ा है ना गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट. तो आप क्या कर रहे हो? गार्बेज तो डाल रहे हो, गार्बेज मिलेगा. राइट, यू हैव टू बिल्ड सर्टेन सस्टेनेबल मॉडल्स. मार्क माय वर्ड्स. राइट, यू हैव टू वर्क ऑन अ रेजिलियंस एडवांटेज. क्या ये जितने भी टूल्स है, जितनी भी टेक्नोलॉजी है, क्या ये अपने आप में सक्षम है अपने आप को सस्टेन करने के लिए? नहीं है, सामर्थ्य नहीं है टूल्स में. सो वो डायरेक्शन पे सोचना जरूरी है rather than just talking and using of AI. बिकॉज आज आप कितना भी यूज करो 5 साल बाद अगर ये टूल्स नहीं होंगे तो आपका वर्ड्स यू आर द मोस्ट हैंडीकैप्ड जनरेशन इन द वर्ल्ड राइट नाउ. हम तो फिर भी नॉन एआई जनरेशन से एआई पे पहुंचे, आप तो एआई जनरेशन पे नॉन पे जा भी नहीं सकते. राइट, सो व्हाट शुड बी द रोड मैप फॉर द फ्यूचर? दिस शुड बी द रोड मैप. आइडेंटिफाई वर्कफ्लोज. Workflows means problem areas of the industry and develop certain tools for them. Build data discipline. Nonsense data, filtering of data is more important rather than just fulfilling the data requirements. Governance, setting up guidelines and governance model and compliances to be implemented is more important rather than again just using of AI. Redesigning of jobs is important. So you have to yourself redesign yourself, and then when you are industry, redesign the jobs of everyone which are aligned to sustainable technology rather than just use of technology. And you have to measure the outcome, whether outcomes are more than the human generated outcome, better, effective and efficient or not. If they are just an outcome without measurable, no, you are not having benchmarks to evaluate. Right? So AI is with every discipline. I am not talking about that. I have already taken decent timeline for mine. Fine. So I'll just close up here saying that, boss, we are heading towards something called Viksit Bharat. 2047 should be the vision, but the vision needs some sort of benchmarks. As of now, no benchmarks are. That may be a lacuna from the government side, or maybe our own understanding gap is there. So you all have to develop certain vision for yourself rather than me talking about Viksit Bharat by government. We should talk about Viksit myself and whether you are having a benchmark for 2047 or not. If every one of us having benchmarks, भारत अपना विकसित हो गया है. हमें जरूरत ही नहीं है गवर्नमेंट की विजन की. अपने आप को डेवलप करके चलो 2047 का आपका विजन क्या है? Are you self sustainable or not? Right? So with that I am just closing down, but I'll just make a last statement. We all are here to find out the solutions of those problems which are not known to us. इतनी बड़ी चैलेंज में हम आप सबको उस प्रॉब्लम के सॉल्यूशन के लिए तैयार होना है. प्रॉब्लम क्या है पता ही नहीं. Fundamental understanding, use of technology and finding out sustainability are the key areas for every one of us. Right? So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your wise word. As an incredible discussion takes place in DPS Global University today about AI, it's also time for a break. We would like to invite our guests to proceed for the high tea, please. And I would request all the students to kindly be at their places.